Hey, what are you doing going out like that? I thought you just went to take out the trash. What were you thinking, disappearing? You're so sneaky. I don't know where you've been wandering around, but I want you back here within 10 minutes. I can't believe you just left without making me any breakfast. You're not fit to be the wife of this family. Mom, what's with this message? You finally texted back? What are you doing out playing around since this morning? You have the nerve to ignore your mother-in-law's call? I wasn't playing. I'm at work. I'm on break now so I can look at my phone. But I can't touch it during work hours, and I've put it on silent mode. What? Work? Why? I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. You know that I work, right? I work according to the calendar, and today is a weekday, a normal Tuesday. I think it would be rather crazy if I didn't go to work. You're the one who's crazy. The rule is you have to take Tuesdays off to do the housework. Huh? What is that? I've never heard about that. I just decided it. Huh? No, there's no way I can do that. Wives are supposed to follow the rules set by their mother-in-laws. If I tell you to do something, you say yes and do it happily. That is the attitude of a wife, isn't it? If I tell you to take Tuesday off from work, you have no choice but to do so. I told you I can't do that. Don't talk back to me. Anyway, leave work early and come back right now. Before you go home, go to the supermarket and get some groceries for dinner. When you get home, you will prepare my dinner, clean the bathtub and the toilet, and mop the floor. You can't just abandon your duties as a wife because of your job. It's unforgivable. It's not about being forgivable or not. It's just logistically impossible. I can't leave early today and I can't go home on time. Huh? I have to go away on business. I'm not going home today. I'm catching a flight. What? Do you think you can get away with such nonsense? It's my job. It can't be helped. I've already told my husband, Lucas. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Even though we live together, it's a two-family household. There's no reason why I have to tell you, is there? You always do the housework on your side of the house. We have separate food and living expenses. I don't understand why you suddenly try to force me to do things you don't want to do. Every day, I take the garbage to the street that you leave on your front porch. Let's keep it at that. I'm really dumbfounded. What kind of a job is it? You're a woman. You don't do much work anyway, but you have the nerve to call it a business trip? Normally, when a woman becomes a wife, she quits her job and takes care of her family, right? And you've been married for 5 years and you still don't want to be part of the family. Here you go again. As I said before, I am in a position of some responsibility in my company. I can't just casually leave early or resign. For some reason, you just won't believe that I'm a manager. Of course I don't. It goes against common sense for a married woman to be in a managerial position. And an incompetent person like you can't possibly be in a managerial position. A woman who is overbearing to the extent that she only helps take out the trash can't possibly be good at her job. Oh, is that so? I don't want to be told by someone who leaves it to others to take out the trash at home. Shut up! Okay, I'm telling you to hurry up and quit your job. It's not like you're making much money anyway. And even if there were only one person left, the business would still run smoothly. Besides, what's more? I think the reason I don't have any grandchildren is because you are working. You are in your 30s. The older you get, the greater the risk of having a handicapped child. I absolutely hate the thought of my grandchildren being born with disabilities. You need to have a baby as soon as possible. That's why I want you to stop working. If I quit my job, I won't be able to make a decent living. Besides, I've decided not to have kids. I have my hands full with my current life, and I have no way of raising a child adequately. Well, what do you mean? You still insist that you can't live on Lucas's earnings alone? We've had this conversation over and over again, but yes, that's what I'm saying. How can that be? Oh my God, I really wonder why a woman like you came into our lives. As for me, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that you don't believe me, even when I show you my pay stubs. Huh? My lunch break is over, so if you'll excuse me. I've arrived at the hotel. It's a budget hotel, but I hear they have a good breakfast. I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm going straight home tomorrow after the meeting. I'll be home after 4 p.m. I'll make dinner before you get home. Let me know if you have any requests. How can you be so nonchalant after being so hurtful like that? You really disgust me. What? Lucas? What are you talking about? I heard you said terrible things to Mom. What terrible things? She said you took offense at her opinion and lashed out at her. She's your mother too, even if she's your mother-in-law. Take better care of her. Respect her more. Oh my God. I guess that's what they say. Huh? I'm being told that I'm in the wrong on all counts, and that my mother-in-law can talk to me any way she wants. I don't think your mother was right. That's why I argued my point of view. I don't think I should bow down just because I was dealing with my mother-in-law. Huh? Listen, you. It's not my mom's fault. You were embarrassed because my mom pointed it out, weren't you? That's why you took offense, right? If you honestly admit your guilt and sincerely apologize, I'll forgive you. Come on, apologize immediately. Yes. That's enough. I can't believe I put up with this for the past 5 years. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, just something I was doing here. I was checking some documents I need tomorrow. I guess there's nothing more to say. Hey, the conversation's not over yet. Willow, today is Tuesday. I don't see you at home. You didn't go to work already, did you? I left already. I'm going to miss my plane. I'm on a 2-day business trip starting today. Oh, yeah. So in the end, you haven't taken off 1 day of work this month. I told you repeatedly to take Tuesday off for me. I can't believe you ignored me. And as I told you, there's no way I can take any time off. I can't work if I have to put up with your selfishness. Oh, is that so? If you want to play that way, then fine. Huh? Now's the time to apologize. I don't think I'm at fault. I'm not going to apologize. You will regret this. I don't think I will. The plane's leaving. I have to go now. Good morning. I just got back from a business trip. All the furniture and dishes are gone. Just my stuff is left. And there are divorce papers on the table. What's going on? You know what's going on. I'm divorcing you. I talked it over with Mom, and we decided to start living separately from you, so we moved out. I see. So you're saying that your mother agrees with the separation and divorce plan? So this is what my mother-in-law was talking about. Still, I'm surprised you chose today. You knew it was our 6th wedding anniversary, didn't you? Of course. A rude woman like you who can't even respect her husband's mother? I won't get any satisfaction without going this far. Be happy. Your wedding anniversary present is a divorce. I'm so happy. Don't ever contact me again. Huh? Why are you so surprised? You should be the one celebrating. It must feel good to get a divorce from a rude woman. Did you think that I would cry and cling to you if you threatened me with divorce? No, of course not. No? I thought you were panicking because your life would be in jeopardy if you divorced me. I mean, seriously? How are you going to make ends meet from now on? Huh? Your mother doesn't work. You're going to have to support her with your earnings. What do you think about that? Of course I'm thinking about it. My mother and I have my father's inheritance, so it doesn't matter if you're not here. I see. Okay, I get it. Then let's get a divorce. But I'll make sure you fulfill any necessary responsibilities that come with the divorce. Responsibility? Oh, you mean the divorce papers. I don't know what you're worried about, but I already filled them out. All you have to do is fill them out, send them in, and that's it. I have fulfilled my last responsibility as your husband by filling out the divorce papers. Before you get all high and mighty and start accusing people, you might want to be sure. Ha ha ha. Huh? Willow, you talked to Lucas, right? So that's that. Stay away from Lucas and never bother him again. Hurry up and get the divorce and stay away from his family. If you ever harass Lucas's family or children, I will sue you. Family and children? I'm sure Lucas told you. Nancy is pregnant with Lucas's child, and she wants to get married before the baby is born. Nancy? Who's that? Oh, you don't know? Nancy is a pretty and thoughtful woman who just turned 20 years old. Since you never gave birth to a child, I arranged for Lucas to have one a month ago. In order for me to have a grandchild as soon as possible, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside so I can welcome a new wife into the family. It would be a disaster if a handicapped child were born to an old woman who is over 30 years old. Besides, Nancy is more beautiful looking than you. A cute grandchild is more worth taking care of than an ugly grandchild. Huh? A variety of your ethical standards are so strange. I don't know where to begin. Are you jealous of Nancy? Say what? Why would I be? It's humiliating to be dumped by your husband on your wedding anniversary, isn't it? But it's useless to try to do anything to Nancy. Lucas and Nancy eloped together. I'm the only one who knows where she is now. Even someone like you wouldn't be able to do anything in a million years. Why don't you go chew your cud, you old cow? Old cow? Lucas is older than me. He's 33. You're even much older, aren't you? Shut up. Why do you lack respect for your mother-in-law? I'm so glad I didn't let you have children. It would have been terrible if they grew up to be rude like their mother. Huh? I see. I'd like to ask you one thing. What? What are you going to do about your living expenses from now on? What? If we divorce, it means you can no longer rely on my earnings. I don't know if Nancy, whose name you just mentioned, is working. She's still a college student. She's not working. Wow, she is a college student? So the three of you will be living on Lucas's earnings alone. And in a few months, there will be 4 of you to take care of. Yeah, I guess so. Are you sure you can handle it? Of course we will be fine. After all, Lucas's monthly income is double yours. We will be able to live without any problems at all. What? Lucas doesn't make that much money. What are you talking about? The pay stub you showed me before, Willow? You said your take-home pay was about $4,000. Lucas said he makes twice that, so that means he earns $8,000 a month.
That's the opposite.
Reverse?
I make twice as much as he does.
What?
Let me put it in a simple way. It is correct that my take-home pay is $4,000 per month. Lucas earns about half of that. That means $2,000 per month.
Huh?
You live in two households, but under the same roof, and you didn't notice? Your son has been moving from job to job. In the 5 years since we have been married, he's left and changed jobs 8 times.
8 times in 5 years?
The longest job he had was a little over a year. The shortest one, he quit in a day. How can his salary go up that way?
Why does he quit his job so quickly?
I think it's because he's spoiled.
What do you mean?
Almost all the reasons for quitting, it seems, are human-related. When I ask him about the details, he told me that he always quits because he gets into a fight with an employee. In the worst cases, they even grabbed each other and fought. He even had to pay compensation to the other person once.
I don't understand, but it's not my son's fault. He must have been bullied or mistreated at work. Then he has every right to be angry.
I don't know what's really going on, but it's hard to imagine that he's being bullied at every company he's ever worked at. Of course, there's bound to be some interpersonal conflict when you're working someplace. But to leave a company on the first day of work after a fight, it's just too strange. I think it's more reasonable to assume that Lucas had a problem and that he was the one who started the fight.
Oh no, is that true?
If you're curious, why don't you ask Lucas? I don't know if he's going to tell you the truth. I've been told not to tell you about this for a long time. Maybe he knew he was embarrassing himself by moving from job to job. I don't know why he fights, even though he knows there's a problem. He's got so bad that I suggested he go to a professional. I'm not sick. Don't treat me like I'm handicapped. He was so mad at me. I haven't said anything since then.
That's a lie. My son might have a disability. That's not true, right?
I don't know if he has a disability, but he can't keep a job.
Oh no.
Anyway, due to circumstances, we were living on my salary. So having a child was nothing but a distant dream. When I was newlywed, I wanted to have children too. Even though I didn't have money when I was young, I kept thinking that when I got older and could afford it. I kept thinking about it, and before I knew it, 5 years had passed. I once thought that we could manage if we saved money from my earnings. But I thought that a life where my husband had to quit his job every time he had a fight would be too unstable and haphazard, and I couldn't raise a child in good faith. If something goes wrong again, and there's an incident where someone gets hurt, I wouldn't want that to affect the child. After much consideration, I had decided not to have children.
Wait a minute. If that's true, why did Lucas divorce you, the breadwinner? Even though he has Nancy in his life, that's not a very smart thing to do.
According to the text from Lucas just now, he boldly said that he'll be fine because of the inheritance left by his father.
Huh? Inheritance? There was never an inheritance.
Yeah, right? Your husband was a big spender. So at first I thought he was trying to get me to listen to him by hinting divorce. But it seems that wasn't the case. Lucas really believes he has an inheritance.
How could that be?
Anyway, why don't you and Lucas talk about it face to face? It seems that you two overestimate each other's importance and depend on each other. The result is a critical lack of effective communication.
Hey, Willow. I got some kind of strange mail. Content certified mail? A letter? There are some weird pictures in it, but what's going on?
What's going on? You know what's going on. It's a demand for compensation and photographic evidence of your affair.
What? What do you mean affair? I'm not cheating on you.
Are you still saying that? You really can't communicate with your mother, can you?
Huh?
Nancy, right? You've been cheating with her for a month.
Why do you think that?
Your mother told me everything.
What?
Even if she didn't, I thought something suspicious was going on. That's why I started gathering evidence long ago. It's like you decided to let young Nancy have the baby because I wouldn't make a baby. Have you ever thought about why I don't want to have children? It's because you can't raise a child properly with your low salary and lack of responsibility. I don't think Nancy is a normal 20-year-old college student when she is trying to have a baby with a 33-year-old man. Your mother seems to have encouraged you to make a baby. You're going to have a hard time from now on.
Damn.
By the way, I'm going to demand compensation from Nancy too.
Huh? Why?
It's a matter of course. She was cheating with my husband. I mean, didn't you guys move into the same place? Since I filed the claims at the same time, the mail addressed to Nancy should have arrived together.
How the hell do you know where we live? We ran off to a place where no one would find us.
I told you I was collecting evidence. I had a detective find out the address for me.
How could you? We were taking all the latest precautions.
The detective followed your mother in and out of that house as if it were nothing.
Mother again.
It's tough when you have a fool in the family, isn't it? I've asked my lawyer to take care of everything else. We are strangers now. Bye.
Willow, wait a minute. To tell you the truth, I'm being sued by Nancy for compensation too.
What?
I thought my father's inheritance was substantial. I told Nancy that, but I found out that he didn't have a penny. She wants me to pay her for tricking her into getting pregnant. Nancy's father was furious, saying it was outrageous to touch a college student. Nancy is being taken back to her parents' house, and things are already in shambles.
You brought this upon yourself. It's because you cheated with Nancy.
I really thought I had an inheritance too, you know. I was just mistaken.
So?
Huh?
That story has nothing to do with me.
But you feel a little sorry for me, don't you? Please, help me.
I can't. I'm going to live in England.
Huh? England?
A while ago, the company approached me about an overseas posting, or at least hinted at it, and I was worried about it. But you and your mother told me you were divorcing me and moved out. Thanks to that, I was able to make up my mind.
Huh?
So, I'm divorced, so I'm accepting the offer of the overseas assignment. I said yes today.
What?
If you're a single person, would you be willing to take a permanent posting if you're prepared to live there permanently? I was asked and I said yes. I think I'll only come back to the States for a periodic visit.
Don't tell me you've already done the paperwork.
Yeah, the day after you left, I filed it. I'm asking for alimony because of the divorce. Are you stupid?
No way. They said there's no inheritance from my dad, which I was counting on. How are my mom and I supposed to live?
I don't know about that. If you don't think your own salary is enough, why don't you ask your mother to work part-time?
You mean ask my mother to do something like that?
Of course.
I don't want to. It's disgusting.
Having a sense of what's disgusting, I wonder how you got into this mess. You should ask yourself that question. You and your mother will never change until you figure it out. The father of Lucas's mistress, Nancy, was an executive at a company. Having a lot of money, he got a competent lawyer and called out Lucas. Nancy claimed that she was a victim of Lucas's lying, and she seems to have successfully won the compensation. Lucas can no longer live on his current job salary. He should have been working more diligently, but he took a chance and got involved in a forex trading and lost a lot of money. He was so deep in debt that he and his mother disappeared somewhere together.
Sammy, are you inside? My key doesn't work. What's going on?
I can see you fumbling around through the window. The kids are loving it. Can you do more dancing?
Please, don't be silly. I came home from the hospital and my key didn't fit. I hear you and your children inside. Did your brother ask you to come over? What are you doing? As you can see, I have a newborn baby here. It's snowing outside. It's too cold for him.
So?
So? I don't know what you think you're doing, but please let us in.
What I do in my house is my own business.
What are you talking about? This is my house.
No, this is my house. I took over while you were gone. I changed the locks so you and your baby can't get in.
What? Are you out of your mind?
You haven't been home for a long time. That means you don't need the house anymore, right? So I've decided to move in. Do you have a problem with that?
It's insane for you to move in just because I wasn't home. I was at the hospital to deliver my baby. I've only had to be away for a week, and moving in without permission is not right.
Shut up. Well then, if you insist, you can come in. Just don't bring your baby in with you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean it, as I said. I don't want your baby to come in.
You have your kids there.
My kids are older and smarter.
Huh?
My kids are both in elementary school. They can do most things on their own, but yours is a newborn. I don't want someone in my house who can't do anything on their own.
I'm sure your kids were the same. How can you say such a thing? I really don't understand.
Shut up. I've raised babies before, and I know how messy a house can get. I just cleaned the house yesterday. Don't bring a baby into my house.
I told you it's my house. Stop your nonsense. Hurry up and let me in.
I don't want to. I've already brought my stuff into this house.
Well,
I had a big fight with my husband. I took the kids and ran away from home. I was going to stay with my parents, but my mom said I should go home and talk it over with my husband again. She wouldn't let me in.
So you tried to rely on me. But how did you get into my house? Bob is away all the time on a business trip overseas. Your mom has the duplicate key, but no one else has one.
I got a duplicate key when I went to my parents' house.
What? Your mom gave you the key?
No, she didn't. I borrowed it when she went to the bathroom.
That means you took the duplicate key and changed the lock? That is a crime.
Don't talk nonsense. Bob bought this house. If it's my brother's house, that means it's my house, right?
Huh?
Anyway, I got your house. Pack up your stuff and leave.
Okay, I'll leave then.
Huh? Are you serious?
That's enough. Talking to you is a waste of time. I can't just wait outside with my baby.
Yay! I'll take this house then. I've always hated you.
What?
You seduced my favorite brother. My parents also like you for some reason.
I didn't seduce him.
Anyway, I don't think of you as family. Give up this house and go back to your parents' house.
Well...
Oh, you don't know where they are now, do you? I heard that your parents got divorced and they sold their house. You don't even know where they are now. You were alone and miserable. But you married my brother. I can't accept that.
I see. We don't need your approval. Bob and I are still married.
Shut up! You lost your parents. You lost your home. You're a homeless person. My brother will divorce you sooner or later. Don't you ever come back.
Of course I'm not going back. I think you're the one who's going to be homeless.
What are you talking about? You are such a loser.
I'm going to demolish the house.
Huh?
Hi, Kelly. I just finished work. Were you discharged today? I'm really sorry I couldn't be there. How are you doing since you got out of the hospital? I'm so worried that all I could think about all day at work was you and the baby. If you're having a hard time on your own, Mom and Dad said they'll be right there. Don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, I'm with them right now.
What? What's wrong?
Me and the baby are fine. Sammy moved into our house.
Huh? She took over? What are you talking about?
I knew you'd have that reaction. Your dad picked us up from the hospital and he dropped us off at home. Then Sammy and her kids were inside. They'd changed the locks, so I couldn't get in. Sammy told me to leave because it's her house now.
What the hell? Why is Sammy in our house?
Sammy and her husband had a big fight. When she went to her parents' house, her mom didn't accept her. Then she came to our house.
Yeah, Mom and Sammy don't get along. Mom has always had a hard time with Sammy's selfishness. She didn't want Sammy to visit her.
I knew it. Your mother is also disgusted by what Sammy did.
Are you with my mom and dad now?
Yes, at your parents' house. I called your dad and he came right back. He drove me back to your parents.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't have to wait outside. But what's up with Sammy? I mean, how did she get into the house?
I think she used the duplicate key you gave your mother.
Don't tell me she gave her the key.
No, she took the key when she was out of the room. Then she changed the lock. I asked your mom about the key and she said she kept it in the back of a drawer.
Seriously? Finding a duplicate key in the short time she was at her parents' house? She's a thief.
I never expected someone to take over our house while I was in the hospital. Sammy has already moved her stuff into our house. What should we do now?
I'm really sorry for troubling you. I'll try to contact Sammy. Please wait a bit.
Okay. Until Sammy moves out of the house, I'll be staying at your parents'.
Okay.
Your mom is upset that Sammy took the key.
Sammy is the wrong one.
Also, spoke with the demolishing company. I asked them to take care of the house as soon as possible.
Okay, as soon as possible, that'd be great.
Yeah, I called them right away. They might be able to do it soon.
I see.
But it's not like it's going to happen right away. Will you talk to Sammy?
Okay, I'll give it a try. See you later. She's screwed up. I gave up.
Did you get in touch?
Yes, but I can't even talk to her. I feel like I'm talking to an alien.
Seriously?
I have no idea. She thought I was on her side. She told me she kicked you out for me. She's planning to live with me when I get back. I have no idea what she is talking about.
Oh no.
Sammy says you were cheating on me, and the baby is not mine.
What? On what basis did she say that?
I asked her the same thing. She said it's a woman's intuition. I thought it was stupid to argue with her, so I just let it slide.
I see. She doesn't like me. She is trying to break us up by saying nonsense like that.
There was no way I was going to believe Sammy. I always knew she was a bit off, but I never thought she'd turn into such a monster.
Hey, Bob, I've got an idea.
What?
Will you pretend to be on her side?
Pretending to be on her side?
Yeah, I want to take advantage of the fact that Sammy isn't on guard against you. I want you to find out what's going on and report back to me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I have another idea. It's a little complicated. Can I call you later and explain it to you?
Okay, I'll send messages to Sammy every now and then. Then, let you know what's going on.
Okay, please do that.
Have you gotten in touch with demolition companies yet? I'll be able to put the plan into action soon.
They say they are ready when we are. Any movement on Sammy?
She is going on a trip.
A trip?
She's taking her kids for a vacation. They're going to Miami.
That's a great opportunity.
Right? She kept insisting that I come with them. Of course I said no.
You are in London now. How could she ask you to go to Miami with them? She has a great sense of humor.
I'm afraid she's not being humorous. It's tiring to pretend to be on her side, even if it's for the sake of a strategy. She thinks I really believe her story. About the baby, too. It's stressful just talking about it.
I'm sorry for making you take such a hard role.
No, I'm out of the country. It's the least I can do. I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Besides, I'm almost done with all this stress. I'll do whatever it takes to make this plan work.
Yeah, we'll just have to be patient. We're both in this together.
Good morning, Kelly. It looks like today's the day to go. She just arrived at the airport with her kids. She sent me a picture.
Sounds great. I'll let the demolish service know that we're on schedule.
Okay. I'm sorry I left everything to you. I couldn't do anything.
Don't worry about it. Thank you for the information. Your mother is helping me a lot. Don't worry about us.
If anything goes wrong, call me right away.
Okay, good luck at work.
Kelly, what kind of prank is this? You are kidding me. Hey, Kelly! Answer it. Don't ignore.
Hello, Sammy. Welcome back. Did you enjoy your trip to Miami?
How did you know I went to Miami? Or more importantly, where is my house?
What? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. My house is gone.
Was there ever your house?
It's the house I got from you. My house was gone, and the land had been cleared. Why?
Didn't I tell you? I said I would have that house demolished. As I declared, I hired a demolishing service to do it.
You were serious? I thought you were joking. Why did you demolish the house?
It's hard to tell at a glance, but the house has deteriorated so much. We had originally planned to demolish it this year, but someone took over the house and made it uninhabitable, so we demolished it earlier than planned.
Oh no.
I'm going to build an apartment there. It's in a good location, and I will be able to earn income from rent.
Wait.
Stay away, because it's not safe to go near the construction site.
What are you doing? You can't just tear down my house. Are you crazy?
What I do with my house is my business, right?
No, it's not. This is my house. Technically, it's my brother's house, but it's also mine. He found out your baby wasn't his, right? You were just trying to get attention from my brother, but it's not right to demolish someone's house without permission, is it? I'm going to file a claim for damages.
I think you're the one who needs to understand. That's not Bob's house.
What? Whose house is it then?
It's my house.
What?
My parents' house was originally built there. As you know, my parents divorced when I was in high school and our family split up. The old family house was torn down, but the land belonged to my father, so he built a new house for me. He gave it to me when I graduated from high school. After that, he disappeared and I lost touch with him. I guess he thought it was his last present to his daughter. I am the current owner of the house and I pay the property tax. It is truly my house.
What? What's that? Your parents' house was this close? I thought they were in a different state.
I thought I told you before. I guess you didn't care about me.
But something is wrong. Isn't it supposed to be in Bob's name when you guys got married?
Not necessarily, at least not in my family.
Oh my god, what'd I do? How should I explain to my brother? He was going to divorce you when he came back from London. He was going to live with us in this house.
You don't have to worry about that.
What?
We're not getting a divorce.
What? Bob knows you cheated on him. He knows the baby is not his.
I'm sorry. We tricked you.
Huh?
Bob has known the whole situation from the beginning and is on my side.
No way.
He doesn't believe you at all.
Oh no! He doesn't believe me?
We were getting fertility treatments. There's no way the baby is not Bob's.
No way. Then where am I going to go? If I don't have a home, I'll be homeless. My kids are worried. What should I do?
Well, you should go to your parents' house.
What?
I've talked to your mother, and she's agreed to take care of you.
My mom?
Yes, you can thank your mom. Your mom doesn't want to live with you, but she agreed to accept you for my sake.
I can live at my parents' house?
Only for a limited time.
What?
You can only live there for a week. After a week, they're going to kick you out.
No way. There's no way they'll kick out their grandchildren.
Your mother is serious. Also, your parents got a call from your husband.
What?
Were you cheating on him? You didn't run away from him after you guys had a fight. Your husband found out about the affair and kicked you out of the house.
Ugh!
Your husband told you to leave by yourself, but you took the kids and left while he was at work.
I thought if I was with my kids, my mom would take care of me.
You were trying to get your mother's sympathy.
But my mother didn't. Having a child with me was expensive. I couldn't afford to live in a hotel. I didn't know what to do.
That doesn't mean you could take my house.
I had nowhere else to go.
Your husband is divorcing you.
Divorce?
Why are you surprised? You cheated on him.
But what about our kids?
He's going to take care of them.
No. He's too busy working to raise kids.
I heard your husband's parents live nearby. I'm sure they will support you.
No. Usually mothers take care of their children after divorce, don't they?
That's not always the case. You stole the duplicate key and took my house. I don't think you can raise your children properly.
My kids don't want to leave me. They love me more than my husband.
I don't know if that's true. Both of your children are in elementary school, right? They're old enough to know right and wrong. And they must have a pretty good idea that their mother is a dangerous person. You must be aware of that, don't you?
Wait, then I'll be all alone.
Aren't you going to marry the man you cheated on?
I can't marry him. He's married.
Yes, he is.
I left him when my husband found out about the affair. He was terrible. He told me he was not serious with me. He didn't want to leave his wife.
Your husband wants alimony and child support.
Alimony?
Isn't it obvious? I'm sure you'll be contacted through your lawyer soon.
You've got to be kidding. There's no way I can afford to pay alimony. I spent all my money on vacations.
I don't give a damn about that. Well, I'll leave you now.
Wait! Kelly, what should I do? I've been in a lot of trouble because of you. It's really bad. Let me live in your house as an apology.
What?
My husband is demanding alimony and child support. That's a lot to deal with. My ex-boyfriend's wife also asked me for alimony. On top of that, my mother kicked me out because the deadline had passed. I have no money and no place to go.
So what?
I want to move in with you.
I don't want you to.
Why? You demolished your old house and moved somewhere else, didn't you?
Yes, well, I'm living in the new apartment now. What does that have to do with you?
My brother is still in London, so you can let me live there, right? Don't you feel sorry for me because I have nowhere to go?
I don't. I don't feel sorry for you.
Why not? We're family.
Family? Don't be silly. You're the kind of scum that takes over someone's house. You kicked me out of the house when I came home with a baby in my arms. You are not my family.
Seriously?
Is that all you wanted to say?
What?
I'll never tell you where we live, and there's no way you're moving in.
Wait, then can I borrow some money?
Huh?
My savings won't be enough to pay alimony and child support. It's not easy to find a job. I'll pay you back later. Can I borrow $30,000?
I refuse.
$15,000? You have a decent job. You have some money, right?
I have no intention of lending you a penny. You have to do something on your own. If you don't want to become a homeless person, you should work for yourself.
Why no one is helping me? Why do I have to go through such a hard time alone?
It's your own fault. Well then.
Please, don't abandon me. Kelly!
Sammy contacted all her relatives and friends for help. Everyone refused to help her, and she had no choice but to borrow money from a loan shark to pay alimony and child support. Her children seemed to know their mother was a bad person. They have grown up with their father and are thriving in their new environment. I've been able to cut ties with my sister-in-law, who has been harassing me in so many ways since I married my husband. My husband and I are both relieved. My husband will be coming back from London soon. With the cooperation of my parents-in-law, I feel relieved that we will be able to raise our child with peace of mind from now on.
Hey, Katie! My food isn't ready yet. I came home early today. Why are you not home?
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm hospitalized.
What? Why would you be hospitalized? Pregnancy isn't a disease. Morning sickness is already over. I knew it. You're faking it, aren't you? Just because you can't be bothered to do the housework. I won't allow you to be in the hospital with a fake illness. Just come home and make me dinner.
I can't do that. I feel so bad that I can't even get up.
Huh? Yours is just a lazy disease. You can't even take care of your responsibilities. Get out of the hospital and do what you have to do. You're so useless. Don't you dare talk back to me.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Damn it. If you weren't pregnant, I'd kick you right out of here. Man, I'm so frustrated. I want a divorce.
Don't say divorce so easily.
You can't even take care of your husband. You deserve a divorce, don't you?
But I'm not feeling well right now.
I don't need excuses like that. I'm getting irritated just talking to you.
Matt.
I made a mistake marrying you. I work hard every day, but you skip housework just because you feel sick. Can't you share the hard work with me?
I'm sorry. I'll do my best with the housework when I get better.
I can't trust you.
What do you mean?
you're going to have a baby. You're gonna say you have a hard time taking care of the baby and skip housework, aren't you? I was a fool to marry a sloppy woman like you.
What should I do then? I want to work hard, but my body won't listen to me.
Why don't you go back home?
I can't now.
It's a waste of money to pay for a hospital stay. But even if you could come home, if you just sleep and don't do any chores, you'd just be in the way. Go home and let your parents take care of you.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, my bad. I just remembered. You're raised by a single mother.
My parents' house is far away and my mom is busy with work. I can't rely on my mom that easily. I'm sorry.
Gosh. Fine. When you're done having a baby, move out of my house.
You mean you want a divorce?
That's what I'm saying.
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
You've changed, Matthew.
Huh?
We were so nice to me when we first got married. Why do you keep saying terrible things to me lately?
It's because you're faking illness just to slack off.
I'm not faking it. Oh, I've been called in for a checkup.
A checkup?
Yeah,
What's the matter with you? Are you really sick?
that's what I've been saying all along. I thought it's normal to be tired when you're pregnant. I lost my appetite, so I went to the hospital. And my doctor said there was something serious. I'll call you when I get the results of the tests.
Why don't you just refuse the test?
Huh?
It's a waste of money.
That's not how it works. If it's the disease that affects the baby, I'd have to treat it immediately.
It's probably just a cold or something. You gold digger, lazy woman. Gosh, even I got summoned to see the doctor. What kind of mother finds out she has cancer while pregnant? You're so useless. Can't even take care of yourself.
I'm sorry.
The doctor asked me to choose between you or my daughter. I immediately said, daughter, please.
What?
Why are you so confused? I don't care about your body. Just have my baby.
Wait a minute. I can't believe my doctor said that. He said we'd work together so I could see my daughter's face. Was he lying?
There's nothing we can do. Your doctor couldn't even tell you.
Even before I've even started the treatment. How can they be so sure that they can only save me or the baby?
I'm telling you, you can't ask the doctor. They'll just tell you whatever they think don't hurt you.
Oh, by the way, my mom was at the hospital too, right? I'll confirm with my mom too. You both heard what your doctor said, didn't you?
Your mother had to work, so she left first. You're doubting me? But it's the truth. Your mom said she wanted to put her grandchildren before you. But it's too much to ask her to tell her own daughter the ugly truth. So I'm the bad guy instead of your mom. Do you understand? I'm doing it for you. And I'm so angry that you suspect me.
I see.
Well, you can ask your mom. I doubt she'll tell you the truth out of concern for you.
Well, my mom is a kind person. Hey, Matthew. I can raise her, right? I'm in a bit of shock. I'm a little confused.
You can't raise her, can you? It's already too hard to give birth. Oh yeah, where did you put your insurance documents?
I can't remember right now. Why?
I'm gonna need it after you leave, right? You're going to leave after you have the baby anyway.
Am I that much worse off?
Your doctor said you'll only have a few more months if you don't get treatment.
A few months?
They say you won't last long even if you get treatment. Anyway, because I don't want anything to happen to my baby, so no treatment. It will be a real problem if the baby is not born in a perfect health because of the medication. And if you tell me that you can't give birth anymore, I'll hate you for the rest of my life. You can't be so heartless as to only let yourself survive, right?
Of course. I'll have this baby even if it costs me my life.
Please do so. Don't get medical treatment. You're going to keep the baby. Refuse treatment at all costs. Is that clear?
Okay, fine.
Okay, that's what makes you a mother. If you're ready for this, then I'm relieved.
I'm the only one who can protect our baby. Anyway, for now, I'm just gonna try my best to have a healthy baby.
Oh, but just so you know, if there's anything wrong with the baby, I won't raise her.
What?
Of course I won't. I can't work and raise a kid who's a handful. I'm going to put her up for adoption or put her in a facility.
Please don't do that. She's our daughter no matter what. The ultrasound showed no abnormalities in the child. I'm sure she'll be fine.
You don't know that until she's born.
She's your child. You'll take good care of her, right?
Well, if she's a good-looking kid like me, I'll raise her. If it's ugly like you, I'll give her to someone else.
You're so cruel.
Or I can keep her at home and make her work like a housekeeper or something.
Don't do that. No matter how much you hate me, don't harass an innocent child.
Then you'll have to endure and survive, and raise her by yourself. But well, you'll never be able to do that.
I'll do whatever it takes to survive. I'm the only one who can protect her.
Good imagination there. You can barely get up now. I wonder how you're going to be from now on. As I recall, your disease is going to be very painful and agonizing from now on.
Is that so?
My condolences. I think it'll be easier if you leave soon.
What a thing to say to someone who's trying so hard to live.
You want to be free from suffering as soon as possible, don't you? Besides, the longer you stay in the hospital, the more money it costs. I think you should just go gracefully for the sake of our family.
You're terrible. I can't leave her here with you.
No matter what to do, you're running out of time. You've only got a short time left. Katie, I got a call from the hospital. You suddenly got sick. Bad timing. I was in the middle of a meeting. Is it finally happening? Is that it? Anyway, come to the hospital as soon as possible. So, this is the end for you, huh? Dang it. I don't have your life insurance documents ready. I'll have to go home and look for it. Can't wait to see how much it's worth. What? I'm gonna say this one last time. I don't care about your body. Just make sure you have my baby. If you're going to so, be responsible as my wife. Save my daughter. What a thing to say. Katie's in heaven. What? What nonsense are you talking? Are you trying to make fun of me? Katie passed away just a few minutes ago. Huh? I'm Katie's mother. Emily? I'm so shocked that you said such a terrible thing to Katie. Wait a minute. Why are you using Katie's WhatsApp? Just when I was looking at Katie's phone, I got a notice from you. I opened it and found a lot of abusive texts about Katie. It was so horrifying that my hands were shaking. That's a misunderstanding. I have the entire history of the WhatsApp you sent Katie. When you came to me to greet me for the marriage, you said you'd take good care of Katie for the rest of her life. You'd be burying her in your horrible words. You make me sick. You also said unbelievable things about my granddaughter, such as putting her in a facility and using her as a housekeeper. Well, Emily, please listen to me for a minute. I don't want to hear your excuses. As a mother, I'm so ashamed of myself. I didn't understand what Katie wanted to say to me, but couldn't. It's not that, Emily. I wanted Katie to become a strong mother. I was just being hard on her for her own good. I don't think so. You're such a jerk. I can't believe you said all these cruel things. Katie must have been so sad and depressed. Even when it was a hard time for her with the pregnancy and cancer treatment, you were even verbally abusive to her. But Emily, Katie is at fault too. She got sick because she wasn't taking good care of herself. I may just have said too much, but you just said too much? How can you be so unconcerned after hurting Katie like this? You're not a human. You're a demon or a devil. You don't have to go that far. Don't be ridiculous. You can't believe you said I chose my granddaughter over Katie. You even lied. That's not a lie. What? I was just trying to see if Katie could fulfill her responsibilities as a mother. There's no use in deceiving me. I've always found it weird. I used to tell Katie she could have a child only when she were healthy, and that her body was the most important thing, so let's get treatment as soon as possible. But she refused. It's so sad to think that it was because of you, Matthew. But Katie was the one who finally decided not to have the treatment, wasn't she? I was only giving her some advice. You're the one who made Katie say that. Don't blame me alone. Of course, I'm also guilty for not noticing. But you even pushed her into a corner when she was already suffering. Hey, it's not like all I did was wrong. What about a kid? Did she come out okay? The child was born safe. I see. It's a cute little girl, just like Katie. What? She looks like Katie? Is there a problem? Well, I'm not confident in raising a child that looks just like Katie. What the heck? See? Every time I see her face, I'd be reminding of Katie. It's hard for me, isn't it? Are you saying that you wish you never had her? I'm still young. There's a good chance I'll remarry. If I have a child who looks like Katie, it would be a hindrance. What the heck? I wish I never had a daughter with Katie. You're unbelievable. I can't trust you with Katie's daughter. I'll take her in and raise her myself. Thanks. I want to start a new life with little baggage. Katie will be sad to hear that. Katie protected her baby until the very end. She even refused painkillers. She just did what a mother should do, didn't she? You made her do it, didn't you? How much Katie suffered. But isn't Katie happy that she was able to protect her child? I'm not going to the hospital. I'll leave the rest to you. That's enough. Katie was holding out hope that she might be cured. It was you who put the deadline on her life, wasn't it? If it wasn't for that, Katie might have been cured. Because I thought it'd be better to inform her, so that she can be mentally prepared before she left. It's important, you know. But, and you even said my condolences about someone who was still alive? No matter how hard it was, she endured it without a single one. I despise you for saying such dirty words to Katie. There's no need to be so angry. Matthew, come to the hospital right now and apologize. Huh? Get down on your knees and apologize to Katie for all the mistakes you've made. No can do. Katie can't hear anything I say anymore. You said she's passed away, so you want me to apologize to a ghost? Don't you realize what you did wrong? Well, I feel a little bad that I didn't let you cure her. But I don't think she was going to be able to get cured completely anyway. I think I did her a favor in the end. She didn't have to suffer for a long time. Matthew, there's something you're hiding. What do you mean? You're cheating on her. Dang. You admit it, don't you? How did you know? Katie told me about it. Katie? When you first got married, you were kind to her. But the moment Katie got pregnant, you turned cold. When Katie was suffering from morning sickness, you didn't even care. And sometimes went out of line. That's why I investigated on Katie's behalf. What? I asked the detective agency to investigate you. You went that far? The results were just as I expected. Around the same time Katie got pregnant, you started going out with a female colleague. When I saw the report result, I want to throw up. Katie was suffering from an illness. You were out there having an affair. But I had it bad too. You had it bad? Because Katie got sick. I had to do the housework myself, even though I was busy with work. Besides, a sickly woman like Katie isn't fit to be my wife. Matthew, please be honest with me. You wanted to remarry that Trump, so that's why you made Katie refuse treatment, right? Even if that was true, I wouldn't voluntarily admit it. I'm so disappointed in you. Well, say what you want. I'm going to start a new family with my girlfriend. Oh, you can't marry her though? Huh? What are you talking about? She wants to be with me. Don't you know that she has a fiancé? What the heck? I found out when I hired a detective to investigate. Your cheating partner has a fiancé. She misses him a lot because of their long-distance relationship. She must have cheated on him with you because you were so close. But that's not what I heard. That's too bad. To her, you were just a game. For real? I thought if Katie passed away, I could remarry her. With Katie's insurance money, I thought I was going to have an elegant honeymoon with her. Insurance money? What are you talking about? Katie's life insurance. You are the beneficiary. What? I'm the beneficiary. Huh? Why? Katie found out about your affair. She took the necessary procedures to change the beneficiary. But Katie couldn't have done it. She did it herself. Katie was discharged from the hospital several times, right? She took the life insurance documents with her. Damn it! Snaking around when I'm not looking. Katie may look timid, but she is really a strong and smart girl. Well then, Emily, can you give me half of Katie's life insurance? I'm her husband, so of course I'm entitled to it, right? I won't give you a single penny. I'll use the insurance money to pay for my granddaughter's education. I'll be in trouble if I don't get the insurance money. What? Are you in financial trouble? I gave my girlfriend a lot of gifts. I took her on vacations. I have nothing in savings. Like I care. You had it coming. You cheated on her. Emily, please give me some money. You're pathetic. You know what? You have no right to start a new life. You'll spend the rest of your life making amends to Katie. You understand? Oh no! After that, Matthew had a tragic end. His boss found out that he had an affair with a colleague at work. He found it difficult to stay in the company and resigned from his job. When he became unemployed, the fiancé of his cheating partner asked him for alimony. Matthew, who had no savings, had to take on a large amount of debt. Matthew could not find a job even if he wanted to change his job. He could no longer afford to pay the rent for his apartment, so he moved into his parents' house. Soon after, his parents kicked him out. I had told his parents everything about what Matthew had done. I am sure that Matthew must be deeply regretting his actions by now. Katie gave birth safely. After seeing the baby's face, she departed to the other world. She suffered until she lost consciousness.
Protect her. Save her.
She kept repeating after she lost consciousness. So I will protect the precious life Katie left behind for me. Thankfully, Katie's sister, my eldest daughter, and her husband offered their support. With the help of my family, I will raise Katie's daughter well.
Nancy, your fiancé came to our parents' house today. Big yikes, if you ask me. Just when I thought so rare to see your text. What's up? What do you mean, big yikes? He only graduated from high school, right? That's right. You're marrying him? Yeah, that's why he came over to say hi. Wow, Nancy. So you were serious. What's so funny? No one has only a high school diploma nowadays. You'd have to go to college. At least for me. Yeah, for you. But I don't care. Wow. When he came to our parents' house with you, he seemed smart and intelligent at first glance. But when I heard that he graduated from high school, I was turned off at once. I thought he was just an idiot. Don't make fun of my fiancé. Besides, your attitude today was too rude. You were staring at him and laughing. I've never met a high school graduate before. It was so rare that I couldn't help but stare at him. Your fiancé, Ted, right? Ted couldn't study hard enough to go to college, right? Not really. Some people are good at studying, but choose not to go to college. Nancy, you're a total loser, aren't you? What? Marrying a guy with a high school diploma? I think it sucks more than being single all your life. He'll never get ahead in life, and he'll always be poor. Even if you have children, they will be made fun of if their parents have a high school education. I don't think so. You're acting tough again. Well, I guess it suits you. Unlike the beautiful me with many friends, you're just an ugly person with no friends. No wonder you can only marry a man from the bottom of the pile. Your mouth stinks, you know. But I'm telling you, he's not a bottom feeder. Huh? He graduated from high school, so of course he's a bottom feeder. I see. So that's all you wanted to talk about? What? You just wanted to make fun of us, didn't you? No, that's not it. Oh, yeah. When you came to our parents' house, actually, there's something I wanted to tell you. What? I'm going to marry my boyfriend soon. Wow, congratulations. And what's more, my boyfriend graduated from a prestigious university and works for a big company. He's so different from your fiancé, isn't he? He makes a lot more money than your average salaryman. I'm so glad I was born beautiful. Good men just flood to my side. Life's so wonderful for me. How do you like it? Aren't you jealous? Not really. I'm amused that you're acting tough as usual. Well, can't be helped. You've always been overshadowed by me. Mom and Dad love me more. They always get me what I want, even though you can't get any even if you beg. It's true that our parents spoiled you. Mom and Dad only cared about you. They didn't care about me. To be honest, there was no place for me at home. Poor thing! You were ugly and clumsy at the same time. If you want our parents to love you, why don't you behave in a way that makes them happy? Unlike you, I'm not good at that. I'm glad I left our parents' house early. But I did the obligatory wedding greeting, and I'm planning to invite Mom and Dad to the wedding ceremony. You're holding a ceremony? I am. You're kidding! How can you have money for a ceremony when your husband just graduated from high school? We're not poor because he just graduated from high school. We can at least have a wedding ceremony. Oh, really? So when's the wedding? About 3 months from now. I'll send you an invitation when I have more details. Ted, I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable today. My sister was rude to you. My parents were cold and dismissive until they heard about your true identity. I'm so sorry. I'm fine now, Nancy. Anna made fun of me from the beginning to the end, but your parents apologized a lot later. You don't have to worry about me. Besides, you had already told me what kind of people your family was. To tell the truth, it was pretty much as I expected. I see. I really didn't want to take you to my parents' house. I don't want to consider those rude people family. I'm going to stop seeing them after the wedding. Well, I can't be not totally involved with them, but I'll try to be as friendly as possible. Thanks, Ted. Nancy, I got the invitation for the wedding today. Me and my husband aren't going to the wedding. What? Do you have something to do on the day? No, but I'm not going. Because it's a wedding of a high school graduate and an ugly person. No one wants to go. Are you still talking like that, Anna? Your high school graduate husband probably earns a small salary, so the wedding will be very plain. And the food won't be much either, right? It's a waste of money and time. Well, you don't have to come. What? You and your husband don't come. Wait a minute. You'll be in trouble if we don't show up. Why? Ted's family and his relatives are gonna wonder what's wrong, right? Ted's parents died when he was young. Many of his relatives can't come because they live too far away. Instead, many people from work are coming.
Most of the groom's relatives won't come. No one will care about you, so it won't be a problem if you don't show up.
Oh, really? That's boring. Oh, that's right. I just thought of a good idea.
What?
I won't invite you to my wedding either.
Okay, whatever.
What?
I don't expect you to invite us from the start, so don't bother. Bye.
What's with that cold attitude? Ugh, it kind of pisses me off. Don't get carried away, you uggo. Nancy? Did you get my wedding reply?
Yes, I got it yesterday. Thank you for sending it so quickly.
We won't be attending.
Okay, I understand. So only Mom and Dad will be attending as a family.
I'm sorry, but neither Mom nor Dad can go to your wedding.
What?
Rejoice! We're getting married on the same day.
The same day?
That's right.
Did you do it on purpose?
Of course. I even made the time of the ceremony exactly the same as yours.
Anna, what are you thinking? If you do that, Mom and Dad will be in trouble.
Why would they be bothered? Of course, Mom and Dad would come to my wedding.
So stupid. Don't you think it's insane to intentionally pick the same date?
Absolutely not.
Does your husband know about this?
Yes, he knows. When I told him that my sister's husband graduated from high school, he said it's hilarious that he can't even go to college nowadays. He agreed to my plan.
You guys make a perfect couple.
Anyway, we decided to have our wedding on the same day. I'll show you the difference.
I think we should have it on a different day. You just want to harass me. You should think about the people who are going to attend.
It would be better for those who will be attending if we have it on the same day. Instead of being invited to a simple ceremony of a couple at the bottom of the hierarchy, they'd be happier if they were invited to our gorgeous wedding than to some bottom-feeding couple's modest ceremony. If we have it on the same day, they don't have to pay for the reception twice.
I see. Then I won't make room for you.
Well, it's not just me and my husband who will be absent. I don't think anyone's going to your wedding. Sorry, it's going to be a lonely ceremony with none of our relatives attending.
I'm so looking forward to the day.
What?
Don't come crying to me later.
What are you talking about? Our parents won't be there and your sister won't be there. Why don't you just cancel your wedding?
We won't cancel it.
Even though there'll be no one?
I wonder which one will be smaller.
What?
Nothing. Bye-bye.
Hey, Nancy! What's going on?
Anna, what do you want? I'm busy right before the wedding, so can we do this later? I mean, you are about to get married, right? Are you sure you want to chat now?
No one's here!
What?
The ceremony is about to start and no one is coming. Mom and Dad aren't here either. Not a single relative or acquaintance is coming.
Oh.
Why? Nancy, you must know something. I thought I told everyone the date and venue properly.
I don't know about your acquaintances, but all the relatives and Dad and Mom are coming over here too.
What? Why?
You knew this would happen, didn't you? You went to the trouble of picking the same date. They have no choice but to choose one or the other.
But everyone should be coming to my side. Isn't it strange to prioritize the ugly you over the beautiful me?
Who the heck cares if the bride is beautiful or ugly? The reason everyone came here is because my groom is Ted. Huh? My husband is an elite with a first-class college degree. How can he lose to Ted, a high school graduate? Unfortunately, it looks like everyone has to prioritize my side. What do you mean? Ted's company is Dad's company's business partner. He's the CEO. What? Huh? Wait a minute. Ted is the CEO? Yes, he is. Dad holds a very important position in his company. There's no way he could miss the wedding of the CEO of an important business partner. Ted worked for a company for a while after graduating from high school, and then started his own business. It was tough when he first started his business, but now it's a big company with over 200 employees. So you're the wife of the CEO? Yep. Why didn't you tell me? I've told you. Huh? I told you when I took Ted to our parents' house for the greeting. Did you? I haven't been home for a while. They didn't know Ted and I were dating. They were freaked out when they found out my fiancé is actually the CEO of Dad's business partner. But you were just looking down on and mocking him, even though Dad was trying to stop you. Was it so? It looked like you ignored Dad, but you didn't really notice him. Now that you mentioned it, I think he did say something about Ted running a company. Oh, so you were listening. But Ted just graduated from high school. I thought it was just a small business run by an individual. That's not true. Ted's company is bigger than Dad's. Then why did you say we should have the wedding on a different day? No matter how much Dad spoiled you, there's no way he could skip the wedding of the CEO of his important business partner. That's why I warned you so much, but you wouldn't listen to me. Because my goal was to have my wedding on the same day as yours. I knew you were just harassing me. I always need to be the center of attention more than you. You were so plain, even in your wedding dress. I couldn't stand you attracting more attention than me. Yikes. I thought I could ruin your wedding. I was sure Mom and Dad would prioritize my wedding. What a pity. Well, because of your rude attitude towards Ted at our parents' house, both Mom and Dad attended the ceremony feeling quite uneasy. Ted doesn't seem to mind at all anymore. They're talking happily now. Hey, did you do that on purpose to get back at me? Of course not. You were the one who picked the same date in the first place. But it would be nice if at least one person came to my ceremony. Turned out you were sneaking around behind my back. You must be the one who made sure no one goes to my wedding. I'm not like you, Anna. I don't do dirty tricks like you do. I mean, didn't you know who was coming and who wasn't before the day of the wedding? You should have at least known they weren't going to be there today by looking at the RSVP's responses. I don't know. I didn't send any invitations. Huh? Then how did you announce the wedding? I announced the wedding on X. I also posted the date, time, and venue of the wedding. That's all? Isn't that enough? I mean, isn't it lame to send out paper invitations nowadays? It's a hassle and you have to pay for postage. Just inform our parents and relatives by mouth. For the rest, it's enough to ask them to look at X. Then, did you get RSVP responses? I don't need that. If they follow me on X, they should come. Even if you say that, there are people who can't come. If they can't make it, shouldn't they have contacted me to let me know that they won't be coming? How can they notify you of their absence if they haven't been officially invited? Is that so? You remember the wedding invitations I sent, don't you? Invitations are like that for everyone. You also replied to my RSVP. Well, I had no choice but to do it because it came with a reply postcard. Basically, if you don't have that kind of communication, the other party won't think they're invited. Really? You're 25 years old and you don't even know that? I can't believe you felt like you invited someone you knew just because you announced it on X. Even mom and dad didn't tell you they were going to your wedding, did they? They looked dumbfounded when I told them I was getting married on the same day as you. They love me more than you. I believe that they would definitely come to mine. You're so self-centered, I'm speechless. But your husband's guests are coming, right? His parents said it was strange that there's no one on my side. So they sent all the guests who had come home. Well, I guess you'll have to cancel your ceremony then. I don't want to. We rented a gorgeous place for the ceremony. But you can't have a ceremony with 0 guests. Hey, Nancy, can't you send some of your guests from your ceremony to mine now? Huh? Because your wedding is a simple, low-budgeted ceremony anyway, right? Just cancel it today. Why don't you just do it another day? Are you stupid? Ted is the CEO of the company. He rented a big venue. There are many guests from work. Then tell mom and dad. Even if it's just mom and dad, tell them to come here. No can do. Well, I've got a wedding ceremony to go to, so bye-bye. Wait, Nancy! Nancy, is this a good time? I have a favor to ask you. What is it this time? I'm on my honeymoon. Can you please just listen to me? Make it quick. Can I borrow some money? What? The wedding hall charged us a cancellation fee. We can't pay that much ourselves. They're asking for $54,000. Your husband works for a prestigious company. Shouldn't he be able to pay that much? We didn't get a penny of the congratulatory gift we were expecting. Neither he nor I have any savings. It's impossible for both of us to pay it. Then why don't you ask Dad instead of me? He'll do anything you ask anyway. He won't help me either. He's still upset that I made fun of Ted. He says I almost cost his company money. He says he won't lend me a single penny. I see. Even Dad gave up on you this time. It's not funny. My in-laws were also shocked that the wedding was canceled. They won't help us. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, please, Nancy. Can you lend me $54,000? Your husband is the CEO. He can afford $54,000, right? I'll pay you back later, I promise. Just help me out. I don't want to. Why not? We're family, right? I don't consider you as family. You disrespected the man I married and tried to ruin our wedding. Oh no! Oh, Ted wants to see me, so I'd better be going. Wait! Bye. Wait, Nancy! Nancy! What awaited my sister and her husband, who were trying to ruin my wedding, was a tragic end. They both went into debt to pay the cancellation fee for the ceremony. Shortly thereafter, her husband quit his job. His company found out that they were trying to marry on my wedding date to harass me. When his colleagues began to treat him coldly, he handed in his resignation. After that, he was unable to get a new job. They are now living on my sister's earnings and desperately trying to pay off their debts. Perhaps because of this, she lost lots of weight and looked 10 years older than she was before. She used to be so confident about her appearance, but I can only say that I feel sorry for her. As for me, I am happily living with my newly married husband. I've had a hard time in the family I was born and raised in. From now on, I would like to build a happy family with my husband.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.